Here are 10 unique facts about your phone that you probably didn't know. Also, if you're new here, welcome to my channel where I publish 10 facts about absolutely anything. Be sure to follow for more. Anyways, let's go. Number 10. The first phones were not handheld. The earliest phones required users to crank a handle on the device for several minutes just to get a connection. And even then, they were only used for very brief calls because the handsets had to be shared. It wasn't until the 1970s when cordless phones became popular for consumers to have their own personal phones that they could carry around, but even still, they were massive compared to today's standards. No, 9. Your phone is technically not yours. When you purchase a smartphone, you enter into a contract with your cellular provider to use their network. This means that your phone is actually owned by your provider until you pay off the cost of the phone, which can take 2 or 3 years. After that, you can either continue paying your provider to use their network, or you can switch providers and keep your phone. Number 8. Phones can have a negative effect on your mental health. Studies have shown that people who use their phones excessively tend to have higher levels of anxiety and depression. This is because phones can cause us to become connected to social media and the digital world at all times, which can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness. It is also believed that the constant notifications and pings from our phones can cause us to feel overwhelmed and stressed out. So, it's important to take breaks from our phones and focus on real-life interactions from time to time. Number 7. You should turn off autocorrect. Autocorrect is a feature that is designed to help us type faster and more accurately, but it often makes more mistakes than it fixes. This is because autocorrect tries to predict what we want to say, but it doesn't always get it right. And when it does, it can be very annoying. For example, if you're trying to type a word that starts with Q, autocorrect will probably change it to K, so if you don't catch it, you'll end up with a completely different word. And this can lead to a lot of miscommunication, so I recommend turning off autocorrect so that you can avoid these types of mistakes. No. 6. Texting is more popular than calling. In fact, 80% of Americans prefer texting over calling. There are a few reasons for this. First, texting is more convenient because you can do it at any time without having to worry about waking someone up or interrupting them in the middle of something. Second, texting is more discreet. You can easily hide your phone if you need to send a quick message in class or at work. Finally, texting is more efficient. You can usually get your point across in a few short messages without having to spend a lot of time on the phone. This is especially true if you're texting someone who doesn't know you well. It can be difficult to find the right words to say over the phone, but it's much easier to do through text. No. 5. Sending a text message takes 10 minutes. Yes, you heard that right. Even though it only takes a few seconds for a message to be delivered, it actually takes 10 minutes for the entire process to take place. This includes the time it takes for your phone to connect to the cellular network, for the message to be sent and received, and for the other person's phone to deliver the message. So, next time you send a text message, keep in mind that it's actually taking 10 minutes for the entire process to take place. No. 4. Face ID was inspired by Star Trek. The famous science fiction movie and TV series Star Trek has long featured a form of facial recognition technology that allows the crew of the Starship Enterprise to unlock doors and access secure areas simply by walking up to them. This type of technology was once thought to be impossible, but Apple engineers were able to develop a working version of it for the iPhone X. In fact, the head of one of the teams responsible for developing Face ID said that he was inspired by Star Trek when he was growing up, and he wanted to create something similar for the iPhone. So, the next time you use Face ID to unlock your phone, take a moment to appreciate the fact that it's really just science fiction come to life. No. 3. Don't charge your phone overnight. Most people charge their phones overnight, but this is actually a big mistake. Here's why. Lithium-ion batteries, which are the type of batteries used in most smartphones, don't like to be charged for long periods of time. When you leave your phone charging overnight, it basically stays at 100% charge for an extended period of time, which isn't good for the battery. Instead, you should try to charge your phone in short bursts throughout the day. This way, the battery won't have to work as hard and it'll last longer overall. So, try not to charge your phone overnight and see how much longer it lasts. Now. 2. Your phone can tell if you're drunk. That's right, your phone can detect if you're drunk based on how you're typing. Researchers at the University of California, San Diego have developed an algorithm that can determine a person's blood alcohol content just by analyzing how they type on their phone. The algorithm looks at the speed and accuracy of a person's typing, as well as the number of typos they make. And if it detects that a person is above the legal limit for intoxication, it will alert them and offer to call a taxi or an ambulance. The goal of this technology is to prevent drunk driving accidents, which claim thousands of lives each year. So if you ever go out drinking, be sure to use this feature so that you can stay safe. No. 1. Every time you unlock your phone, it scans your face 30 times a second. When you unlock your phone with Face ID, it scans your face 30 times a second to make sure that it's actually you. This is done by projecting a grid of infrared light onto your face and then capturing the reflective light. The phone then compares its data to the data that was collected when you set up your phone. And if there's a match, your phone unlocks. This happens so fast that you probably don't even notice it. But it's a pretty cool technology nonetheless. So, next time you unlock your phone, just remember that it's scanning your face 30 times a second to make sure that it's actually you. Thanks for watching till the end. Be sure to follow for more and like this video if you liked it. And if you want to watch more, you can watch part 1 of this video. See ya!